awesome they are, but we don't want to hear them. We want to hear from the celebrities. Number 3, don't ask us questions that we've been asked. You always have that when somebody asks you a question, come up with new questions so we're not wasting the time saying the same thing over again. Number 4, don't ask any questions that we consider offensive to guests. You know, no questions about politics. You guys are the most baffling city. Because whenever I say no question about politics, like 10 people are like, yeah, the rest of the people are like, let's talk about it. I love it. It's nice. Alright guys, and then number 5 is try to ask your question in 1 minute or less, so we can get as many questions as possible. Alright, now, you guys get ready for this. There's a brand new Transformer movie that's coming out in 1 month. There is a cool thing that's happening for you here, you fans here at Tampa Bay Comic Convention. You guys will be invited or allowed to see it 1 month early, tomorrow night. We're going to show you a trailer for it right now. Do you guys know what Megatron's favorite food is? Optimus Prime rib. So the people are taking it. She actually did a little gag. That's terrible. Alright guys, here's the thing. This is really cool. For you Tampa Bay Comic Convention, give yourself a round of applause. They're going to let you see this movie free first. Give a round of applause. Now, if you have the app, it's limited space. If you have the app, go to the app and you type in, you can search Transformers or go to Sunday and scroll down. You're going to see it tomorrow night. They're doing a screening just for you guys. You will be the first people in the world to see this movie. You guys can go down, but you have to reserve your spot. It's limited. You go down there and scroll down and reserve your spot so you guys get a chance to see this amazing movie. Okay, alright guys, now, also, real quickly. Did you guys hear what happened this morning at the Tampa Bay Police Department? It made national news. All the toilets were stolen out of the Tampa Bay Police Department, and the detectives reported they had nothing to go on. Alright, we're gonna try something here. We've never done this before, but we're gonna try this right now. We're gonna divide the audience. And when they come out here, we might do this. You guys say dare. This group over here, you got it. Tell them. Okay? The middle group, we'll have you say kingpin. Let's see who we support more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Stop it. You guys are evil. That wasn't even close. You guys have to do better to represent us. You guys got it better, and you're going to do better because they're coming for you hard. Okay? It's like this is over. You guys over there. Got it. Kingpin's got it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. You got it? Please don't be so. If Kingpin wins again, they're going to be caught. And I know they are. Look at him. Yeah, we know we got it. Alright. Here's what we'll do. We'll start with Kingpin, and then go to you guys, so you can know what we can gauge it from. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's over! It's over! Oh, you think you can do it? Alright, let's try one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go! You guys are awesome. We're having fun. This is going to be a Q&A panel, guys. We're trying to get through as many questions as we can. The second they get here, we're going to get started. Let's crank the music. And for those of you who are attending your very first time, welcome. You're now part of our family, and we love you. We'll be right back, guys. Do you guys know the difference between the Scarlet Witch and Daredevil?
Oh my god, here's another
One knows how to cope without vision. Not me, yeah. I got a All right, guys, one more time. For those of you who are attending the very first comic convention, I want to explain to you how to get the most out of this panel. We're going to do a little sizzle reel. When that sizzle is done, I'm going to announce them. I'm going to say, you guys go, Vincent, you guys go. Now, I know we're just practicing. You have to be louder, right? The more energy you throw here, the more energy they're going to throw back at you guys. It's just that simple. So let's practice. Hey guys, everybody's Charliecox. All right, excellent. Now, do you guys want to be on Tampa Bay's Tampa Bay Comic Convention social media?
Yeah.
You want to be the best audience so far?
Yeah!
All right, we'll do it. When the camera, this is a barrel of the camera, when that points at you guys, go nuts. They're going to post this stuff, okay? Do you want to practice or you feel good with it? Keep hands up, we got this. The deer like, we got this. Ready, guys? Here we go. Do you want to see the best audience in the world? Well, check it out! But they are backstage right now. They can hear you right now. Please give a huge round of applause for Charliecox and Vincent. Welcome. So happy to have you here.
Thank you, Peter. It's busy, like us.
Kind of packed in here. Yeah. Like that. They've been practicing. They want to show you something they've done for you, Charlie. And this is just for Charlie. We'll do there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vincent, this one's for you. Passionate fans here. We have lots of them that want to ask questions. Thank you so much for being here. You've been having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let's do it.
Thanks so much for having us with Bluesky.
Perfect. All right, let's get into our first question. Hi.
Hello. My question is for Vincent. Well, not particularly, or specific. When I write songs, I have to sequester myself from my family, from everything, so that I can get inside me and get it out. When you have such meticulous preparation for your characters, do you seclude yourself from your family, or do you invite them in for, feedback?
I don't invite them in for feedback. Children have a lot of it. So, just to be clear, like, if I'm already playing a part, then I don't need any seclusion from my family or anything.
Understood.
When I'm figuring out a part, yeah, there are times that I need to spend long periods of time in my office, not only with the material, which takes a lot of time, but with how I'm going to actually appear to be as a character. So yes, that takes time. That takes private time. Yeah. But once I start performing that character, then I don't need any houses to set and Should we switch questions? So, I think that as Daredevil, I really deserve it. And I think that it could only be a plus for all Spider-Man movies in the future. To militarize the dinosaurs.
Yes, do you believe Mexicans got what he deserved?
Michael, you get what you deserve.
Well, I've seen it, but what you?
That sounds about right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of, wait, hold on, real quickly, Charlie, you caught. What did you actually catch? Because what was in the final scene of the film was different, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. So I don't think I actually caught anything. Because they weren't going to risk breaking my wrist with something. But on the day it was a snow globe. And I actually had forgotten that until some super fan had noticed that my wrist is rounded rather than flat, which is like a whole but it's true. Like, so on the day we were using the snow globe, and then they decided to change it to a brick. My only issue with that is, you know, Matt Murdock isn't superhuman, so it probably would have hurt a little bit more. Than creative license, I guess.
Yeah, next question.
Hi, my name is Alana, and today's my birthday. This is my party.
Happy birthday!
This is the party. You have a lot of friends.
I have friends that their birthday takes a week. Is yours just today?
Yeah. So I want to know, what's one thing you learned about playing your respective characters in Daredevil, and what's one thing you wish you was under?
What was the last one thing we did?
Tell your character.
That's great.
It was so good to be back.
Without getting into too many specifics, you know, when I got this job, I'd been acting for a while. I wasn't like new, and I'd done a lot of TV and film, so I was comfortable with the process of making a TV show. However, I did do a scene with Vincent in the second season. Where I genuinely learned so much from watching him in that scene, and how he was able to create a mood, create a feeling, create an energy, and then keep it going, and it was just like a masterclass of comparison. So that's one thing that whenever someone says, you know, ask me about what I learned from the show or my character, that's the first thing that always pops to me. What I wish I could tell the character? I don't know, it's going to be okay. Don't take it too seriously.
So when it came to doing like the television series or whatever, I've never played a layered character part like that for so long in so many episodes. Like when I used to do the show called Criminal Intent. And that guy was closer to me in real life. I wasn't ridiculously smart like he was, but and still am not. But I was much closer to me. You know, my voice was mine, and I changed the staccato, like the rhythm of his voice, but he talks more like Captain Kirk than me. But it's sort of very close to me. So I've never done a voice, a posture, this emotional temperament that's constantly running through Fisk in this whole whatever situation he's in. And so I could never play that before, and I wasn't sure that I could actually maintain it. And so that's one of the things that I learned is that if you put in the work, and you establish, and you make, I don't want to get too active mushy, but if you make concrete choices that actually help tell the story properly, rather than just musical choices to make yourself come across better or more fabulous, but if they're firm storytelling choices that you apply to your character, then they can last for as long as you play the character. And so that was a big, I've learned a lot over the years from many different directors and situations, but that was a big lesson for me. And I think it's the same thing Charlie said. With Kingpin, I wish that I could whisper in his ear, dude, according to your origin story in canon, you never fucking died. and not only don't you die, but you always get out of prison. So just tell Vanessa, tell yourself that everything's going to be all right. It's hard to imagine anything coming even close to this experience. This has been such an honor for me, my life and my career, and for it to still be happening. I should still be doing this. It's quite fun to, I read so many of the comics back in 2014 when I got the job, and I'm still reading them. And it's really comforting when I come through a run where Daredevil is drawn and written in his 40s. So I'm like, great, I can still do this for a little bit. I think when I was playing Spider-Man, I'm like, holy shit. This is not going to last long. So, I think this is one of my dream roles. I don't know that, and I'm aware of that. I'm often pitching this, I think, as a media experience. So long may it continue. That is very entertaining. I just want to say, so many. I've probably told this on the floor, but I remember Eldon had to say, we're not the freshest fish. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He had so many takes of him trying to say it, because he kept saying, freshest fish. Freshest fish. Freshest fish. Couldn't do it. And of course, every time he tried again, it got harder. and then he started getting it right, and Deborah and I just went off the whole, I couldn't get through it. Anyway, it was a good memory. That's the funniest thing they call that. You think it would be when you stop, when you forget a line. And they call it on stage, they call it corpse. You laugh. It's a common thing to happen with idiots. For no reason, once the hour of the night gets late. When it happens on stage, it's intense. It's so fun and so awful. That's oh my God, yeah. And some of the crew laughs along, but others don't.
When's it coming out?
In March.
Great.
And I've been reading about it, and it sounds really good. What's that? Workout, maybe, yeah. So, like, when we were shooting that, I won't tell you, obviously, I won't tell you what scene, but me and two other characters, which I can't name, and Vanessa were in the scene together. We had to all come through this doorway together, and it was just like a doorway, but the director wanted us to come, like, in as close to each other as we could. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it without laughing. And because it looked like a scene from Love Boat or something. So stupid. And then once one of the actors started laughing, and I started laughing, and it was like, we had to take a break. And we literally had to take like a 5-minute break, go away, and then come back and try again. And we had to eventually, believe it or not, we had to change the whole scene. We could not come back.
It's really fun. Actually, it just reminded me of another thing that happened. I find this really funny. Because this is what makes our job so fun. And there's a scene in Born Again where I'm putting on like a suit, like a regular suit. And I'm with a character, and one of the takes, I ad-libbed a line, which means when you make up a line in the moment. And I said, "Is this shirt blue?" Because, Matt Murdock supposedly wouldn't know. And the costume designer who was behind the camera was like, "Yes, that's blue, Charlie." I was like, "Thanks, I'm acting right now." Also, I can see it's blue in real life. So.
Hello, my name is Katie, and I'm a new fan of the show. And this question could be for both of you, Charlie and Vincent. I was wondering, what was the most difficult scene to film during Daredevil? Yeah, so I just go so far. Yeah.
There's an episode, season 1, I think episode 9, throughout the episode, there's a huge, the whole episode is intercut with a fight with the ninja, who turns out to be Nobu. And that sequence was like a really intense, and then this shows up again. We had like 9 days in that basement in Long Island City. It was really, really hard. It was cold and it was hard, and it was like so many days, and it was so dusty. It was brutal, yeah. And actually, do you remember afterwards when we wrapped there, another TV show, nothing to do with Netflix or Marvel, applied for a permit to film there. And we were denied because it wasn't safe. We've just done 2 weeks there, what are you talking about? But yeah, I remember that made like brutal.
That's where I got stitches.
And you got hit in the face. My bad.
I can't say. I got like 7 stitches. Wow. With big brass knuckles. First, on action. First punch. I was like, fuck. And I was in a fighting position. And, where I'm from, when you get hit like that, you hit back. And it was tough. Like, I didn't know whether to sit down or knock the fucker down. and then I saw little red dots appear on his forehead, and that was blood spurting from my brow. Oh. Yeah. And his wife, who had this connection to him.
Who wasn't my wife at the time?
No.
And no one knew.
Nobody knew at the time, yeah. Well.
Everyone knew.
Well, they were together. Anyway, she worked for Marvel at the time, and was an incredible producer for this another story. Anyway, thank God she was there because she had connections to one of the best surgery, so there's issues of weight and the scene. It was great. So that was, when it comes to that kind of thing, it was a pretty physical couple of days. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that's the nature of making a show like that. There's always going to be things that,
But yeah, it was.
Thanks, guys.
Next question.
Hi, I'm Lucia. Down questions here. Maybe Vincent. What's your opinion on the kingpin that animates characters, and would you have wanted to voice him if you got a chance? The one that you feel like a desire.
I'm just trying to be nice. And I support 100% that everybody should get a chance to kingpin, I guess. It's awesome. I watch him, so I am totally entertained by those animations. I really love it. But that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. I dig every one of them. And so it's, it is what it is. And hopefully someday I'll get a chance to do it. We'll see. Marvel did a poll who was the most intimidating bad guy, and Kingpin was number one. Is that true? Yeah. And then the Green Goblin was number two. And so, were you familiar with Kingpin when you were auditioning for this role, or did you realize how much people really like that character so much? I didn't audition for that. Right. Kidding. I didn't audition for the role, but I'm just joking. So no, when they came to me about it, I knew exactly who it was. Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah. But I didn't, but it was I still had to think about it, because it was like a big commitment. And, so these, I have to be careful about, I was happy that they were shooting in New York. There were things to think about first, but yeah, I knew the character pretty well, and then I got more and more familiar with it. Next question.
Hi, my name is Sean. It's just an honor to see you guys. And my birthday's not till next week. I'm celebrating my weekend. And it's such an honor to have you guys, this weekend, celebrating my birthday early.
So you're crushing this other girl's birthday?
So my question is, have you ever seen the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck? And I just want to know, what your thoughts are on how they play those characters and how you guys play the characters differently from that movie.
No way am I going there. I can only say that the Kingpin was great tonight. Yeah.
I'm a huge Ben Affleck fan. I think he's tremendous. I really do. And I also think his Nightmare is really, really bad, really good. I did love the movie, but I think that's partly because it almost happened too soon in the evolution of CGI. It's just not ready. Yeah. And then it's really bold, they really go for it. And they also tried to do too much in one movie to say so many characters. But I love Ben Affleck, I love his performance in it. Kingpin's great, and Colin Farrell's hilarious. Also, it was cool in Spider-Man, I got to do a scene with John Favreau, who I love, and he's also plays Foggy in that film. So we had a lot, I'm not sure if it made it into the movie in the end, but we tried to get a pun in, like a little Easter egg, where John Favreau's character, Spider-Man Happy, says, I asked him a question, and he says, yeah, I'm a little foggy on that right now. I don't know if it made it in the movie, I can't remember, but we played it on the day, and one of the people would pick up on it.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Next question. it comes to our show, and I think a lot of the shows that so Charlie and I are a team. We're friends. We've been doing these characters for a long time, and everything when we're on set, we are part of the tone, and that happens a lot on movie sets and on series. If the main characters are substantial and they're handled in a way that's serious, then the actors do set the tone. The director sets the tone, and actors set the tone, and then overall production people also set the tone too. But on our set, yeah, and we've been
so both Marvel TV and former Marvel TV when we were making it for Netflix and our show, they've been so collaborative with us and so respectful of us and really, invite us into the room, so to speak, to help navigate the show and tell the story. But some of that I think does come from it's clear to them that we care. The thing we care about most of these characters in this show, the quality of it. So when that's clear, when everyone's on the same page, that we're very fortunate that Vincent and I get on so well, but also we almost always agree, which is helpful. It gives you the confidence that you're on the right track and you agree about the direction of something and the tone of something. So yeah, we're lucky. It's luck. Sometimes you don't get that. I've worked on things that some of the people involved they're not necessarily there for the right reasons. And we're lucky that almost everyone that we come into contact with the show, maybe everyone, has just been psyched to be there. So what a gift.
we also, we're lucky in that after the first season of the original series, not the series, that everybody that didn't know going into it, I'm talking about everybody involved in the production, not the actors knew from the beginning that we were on to something. By the way we worked our way through the season, we knew that we were suddenly working with these fantastic actors. This is how I try to think of it. And I'm sure that the one thing that was going on was the tone of the actors and everything was going on. And then as the second season came around, everybody else realized it. And so the tone got really adventurous and we all got pretty confident, not just us, but production-wise. With Marvel, we're doing it with Marvel, we've been supported from the beginning, Charlie and I, from the bosses to the top guys, Kevin and everybody else it's involved in the whole Marvel universe. And so we've been very fortunate to come to Marvel and be so supportive. These guys have supported us immensely. We made some changes early on in the new series when we were shooting, and they didn't have to take care of us as well as they did. And they really we were doing, Charlie and I knew we had to do it full on for you guys. We knew that you guys were expecting a certain thing, and we wanted to deliver that so bad. And the bosses taught us soon that it was amazing the support that we got. I'll never forget it.
I think it's something Marvel do so well is they trust, and it feels like just watching the other movies and the other TV shows as well, and obviously friends that I have who are in other shows at Marvel, they trust in the performers to bring their part of the character to the screen, so that they're not just having you perform what's already written. They want you to bring your own identity, your own ideas. I remember having an early conversation with Kevin Feige, and him asking me that question, like, what do you think? What do you want to do? And I was just like, oh shit. I thought you were going to tell me what to do. Thank you.
My name's Ari,
like, some of you may have read this because I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I had a funny experience where, so when I found out I was going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home in middle of 2020, and we didn't film it, I wasn't filming for like a year later. So that whole time, I was like, trying to keep it secret. And then, one of my dear friends is Andrew Garfield. So I had read that he was in it, and I heard from a couple of people that it was probably true. So when I got to Atlanta to film, I had texted him. I was like, if the trailers are to be believed, we were in the same movie. And he replied saying, no dude, I'm doing Spider-Man. So it's true. So I wrote back saying, yeah, we're in the same movie. And he was like, you're in Spider-Man? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you're not in the script. I was like, I'm in my script. Anyway, so obviously my scene wasn't in like one of the scripts that was handed up. So we then arranged to meet up, and we met up and we sat down in this restaurant in Atlanta. And as soon as we sat down, both of us looked at each other and was like, oh, this is not like, if we get photographed here, this is probably won't be viewed as a professional way to conduct ourselves. So we ended up choosing a table where both of us were facing the wall. And we like this, so like the wall here, and we're like, so how have you been? Good?
I love the fact that, working for Marvel, I love that they really don't tell us a lot of things. And it's so much easier when they don't tell us than when they do. Because the things that you would probably think that we know, we actually have no idea. And it's so much easier for us because there's enough secrets we have to keep already, just so that you guys enjoy it when it comes out. To the most we can, so the less you know the better. But there are things that we learn in the most odd ways you wouldn't believe. I don't know.
I mean, my mom tells me stuff.
Yes.
And I'm not sure. And then I get a call a few weeks later, I'm like, oh, she's right.
All right, guys, we have time for one more question. This is your final question later. Thanks. Great question.
I just wanted to ask you about jumping back in time to No Way Home in 2021 era. Obviously, big time for fans of the show, fans of Marvel, you have Hawkeye show coming out, Vincent getting true appearances for saying MCU. And then just like a day or so later, you made your first true appearance in the MCU, No Way Home. What was that week like for both of you to kind of see all the fan reactions? Like, what are you most excited for now that you're going to truly get in the MCU?
It was strange feeling like a stepchild for a long time. Yeah, like a loved stepchild, but a stepchild. So it's a good feeling to now be kind of part of the family. Right? And more than anything, it's nice that it gives you like hope in the opportunities that may come. And like I'm become a fan of all these shows and films and stuff, and so I really share in the enthusiasm when characters meet and cross over. It's really fun. So now we have more opportunity to do that. So that's what I look forward to most.
I think that it's a little difficult to come in like that with the same projects. And I think that I knew that we'd have to get through that period, and people would understand better that more is going to happen with particular characters. And I think that his appearance, and my appearance in Hawkeye, was the beginning of people understanding that we're going to be seeing more of the two of us and together in the same show. And I think that was it wasn't it's certainly not as good as doing this in the one. It's a difference between doing those shows loved him so much. It's still like it was all leading to what's coming in March.
You guys, thank you so much. Give a huge round